Jeremy Williams at the Bannock Real Estate Group, and today we're going to be going through the March 2024 numbers, and we're going to get an idea of how the year's gone so far, but most importantly, we have some early indications of what we could expect as we head into the spring and the summer market. It's going to help us plan. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate this year, or just curious what your own personal house is doing, these are going to give you key information so you can make smart decisions. So let's start by looking at some of the key numbers that we watch on a month-to-month basis. First, one of them is inventory, because supply and demand is such a big part of our market. Well, compared to last month, supply is actually down 70%. There's 172 houses for sale, but you got to pay attention to what's going on here. Over 42 of them are over $1 million. There's another at least 20 or 30 of those that are to-be-built houses and not ready to be moved into. So when you look at all the options that are in the marketplace, it's still very limited. We're still seeing what we call the inventory constrained market. I do expect that to increase as we head into the spring, but look at that as being one of the major indicators of whether prices go up or go down throughout the year. One of the leading indicators that we're watching as we head into the spring market is how many homes are going under contract. In fact, there's 136% more under contracts than there was the previous month. So we have 126 under contracts right now. I do expect that to increase as we go into spring. It's one of the reasons why we're seeing lower inventory is because more buyers are entering the market. They're entering the market early before the inventories hit. If you've been watching my videos, you know I spend a lot of time tracking absorption rate. Absorption rate is basically the correlation between how many buyers on the market compared to how many sellers. Right now we're at 3 months of inventory, which means it's still a strong seller's market, which has been really the trend for the last couple of years. However, it has trended a little bit more towards a normalizing market more than we've seen the last few years. We're going to pay attention to that because absorption rate helps us predict the market a couple months in advance. However, if it continues the trend to a normalizing market, it's going to affect how we're advertising properties and how we're negotiating for our buyers. So we're going to watch that trend as it continues into the spring. Another indicator that we're watching is what's going on with pricing. And I track this through list to sales price. So if you remember last year throughout the summer, we had 100% list to sales price, which essentially means that almost every seller was getting the price they were asking for. And then in the winter, it slowed down. Right now, we're seeing a 97% list to sales price. That's considered normal. I'd expect that in any market. However, when we see the increase of under contracts and the demand headed into the spring, I wouldn't be surprised if that list to sales price trended back closer or maybe even just above 100%. I mean, what does this mean for you as a buyer or seller? Well, we're starting to see normal market trends. And what that means is we're seeing a ramp up into the spring. Spring and summer are the hot markets, finish strong, and then the winter markets usually slows down a little bit, both price and activity. And I expect that to go on for probably a couple of years, barring any major changes in the economy or interest rates. Now, in addition to that, we're also seeing rates stay fairly consistent. We're not seeing the huge jumps up or down that we've seen, and that's going to help us plan. It makes the market a little bit more predictable. So if you're looking out a little ways before you're looking to make a decision, we should have a better indication of where we'll be then compared to where we are now. If you're a buyer, there's still some great opportunities in the market. I wouldn't wait too long though, because I do expect prices to come up throughout the year. And then if you're a seller, well, because of more inventory in the market, we're starting to see a situation where it's a little bit easier to get from one place to another. If you watched my video early in the year, my predictions for the year, I do feel like there's going to be more sellers coming to the market and making changes. So it's going to be an opportunity for both buyers and sellers. If you want to know how that affects you, give me a call. You can reach me at 406-531-1519, and we look forward to talking to you soon.